Welcome to the Mystic Access Podcast, where the magic is in learning.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 2 of the Accessible House Cleaning Gadgets podcast, which we didn't expect it to be a part 2. Kim is here with me.
Hello.
And I just wanted to mention when I was describing the LG Robo King, I love saying that word.
Robo King.
Robo King.
Da, da, da.
And when I was describing that, I forgot to mention that it comes with a dust mop. It's basically a little plastic piece that has a mop on it, and it snaps underneath the LG, and it's to sweep up your hardwood floor, your tile floor. I don't really use that because the floors are all carpet except for the kitchen.
And he has other devices for that, which we'll get to. Chris likes his accessible house cleaning gadgets, as you're about to notice. Since we had to do a part 2 anyway, why not add on more accessible house cleaning gadgets? Which is what ultimately this little podcast is going to be. We're going to share some more goodies with y'all, and it's going to be fun.
What I have here is...
another vacuum.
Yes, it's another vacuum. It is the Roomba 630. And
it's in English.
It is in English. And the speech is in English, and the button controls are all in English. But when I went to the store, I found this little Roomba. There was nothing on the description that said that it talked. There was also nothing in the online documentation that told me that it talks. So I bought it without a clue, knowing that it would talk. This is what it sounds like.
To a new location, then press clean to restart.
So you get the little error messages. It'll tell you to move it when it detects something. It'll tell you if there's an issue with the wheels, with the beater, kind of the same that the other one spoke. The Roomba itself, it weighs around 8 pounds, and it's around 13.5 inches in diameter and 3 inches high. So it's a little guy. I mean, it can go places that I forget to go or just can't go for whatever reason. It'll go under like a china cabinet and beds and chairs.
And it's a little round guy, which is why it's 13 inches in diameter, and it doesn't have height and width and, so on, because it's completely round, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. On the top of the robot, you have a handle that you can lift up and carry it with you. It's just kind of flips up a little bit. And then you will find in the kind of the center, you'll find a round, smooth area. It kind of looks like a donut. Inside the donut, you have a kind of like what you would see on a remote with your circular directional keys and a select key. You only have 3 buttons. Closest to the front of the Roomba is the spot button. This is a button that you press and it will just kind of clean around a little area. So if you spilled some potato chips or whatever, you can just take the Roomba, throw it down, hit the spot button, and let it clean. The center button, or center, it's kind of like this whole concave thing, is the clean button, and that's the button that you would press if you want Roomba to go shoot around your house and do the vacuuming. The final button towards the back, so you have spot, clean, going from front to back. There's nothing on the sides of the concave. They don't do anything. That is the dock button. So what happens when you press the dock button, it will search for the dock and go home. On the back, kind of towards the back edge, still on the top of the Roomba, you have what looks like a button where you can put your thumb. You press this button, and the dustbin comes off. And inside the dustbin, you have a filter. So it's just kind of snaps in your dustbin is back on the Roomba. And again, it's round. And on the front of the Roomba is kind of like this bumper that you can press. And when the Roomba has an error, and this is one thing I discovered by accident. Of course, I discovered by accident that the thing talked to begin with. When you tap the bumper, if it's in the error state, it will repeat the error. Again, there was nothing in the documentation that even said that this thing spoke. On the left side of the Roomba, there is a spinning brush, and there's 3 brushes that are coming out of it, widely spaced apart, and they spin. And when it spins, it can get up against the edges. It will spin the dirt in front of the Roomba, and the Roomba will suck it up.
Yeah, apparently this thing has like 3 stages of cleaning. We're going to link to the Amazon page, and you can read all about it in the product description on there, but it's very much George Jetson type stuff. I mean, it was kind of wild reading about the type of technology in it and the sensors and the various things that go into the creation of something like this. It's definitely pretty cool.
One thing I will mention is at the time of this recording, this Roomba is $349 USD on Amazon. I found it at my local warehouse store for $319. So I thought I'd give it a try and see what it was like, see how it talked, do a little demo of it, and things like that. On the bottom of the Roomba, you have a wheel, and then you have the two wheels that actually push the Roomba, and then you have the kind of like a squeegee and a brush, and that's how it works.
Those beeping sounds that we heard earlier, are those to tell us that keys were pressed, or are those to signify error messages?
That was an error message because
Move Roomba to a new location. Then press clean to restart.
I'm holding it in the air. So it's smart enough to know that it's not on anything.
Okay.
I want you guys to hear what it sounds like, and we're probably not going to go through an entire cleaning cycle, but I just want you to hear how loud it is. And I'm going to put it on the floor. And I'm going to hit the spot button.
Yeah, because that way we can hear an entire thing probably. Any music?
And it's just kind of spinning itself around and kind of cleaning in this little area.
Are those little musical tones the same, whether it's the spot clean or one of those autonomous full cleans?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's basically the I'm about to clean.
Oh, that's a clean?
Yeah, and it's really kind of funny too, because when it's on its dock and you press the clean button, it kind of makes the like backing up sound when you're like, and there you go, it's done.
I like the music.
And it is probably not going to error because it's done. So one thing I'm going to do, which I probably shouldn't do, is I'm going to try and make it error.
Kids, don't try this at home.
Yeah, you might ruin it. Let's see.
Uh-oh. We're cleaning again.
Yes, we are.
Why are we cleaning again? What did you hit?
I'm trying to make it error.
Okay.
Error. 5. Left. Then Roomba's side wheel to clean.
Okay, so basically it told me there was something stuck in the left side wheel. So that's how, it's giving us that error. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, you can charge this thing 2 ways. The first way is more convenient, and that is it drives itself up to the dock and parks itself. The other way is if you don't have the dock, if the Roomba is facing you, on the left side you'll find a jack, and that's where you plug in the laptop style of power cord. So it's one of those cords that comes apart and there's a box in the middle. So it reminds me of a laptop.
So it's not like for you when you've done these couple of cleaning cycles, one to try and make an error and one to demonstrate, it hasn't gone back to its dock. Does one have to press that third button on the thing to make it dock? Okay.
No, you do not.
Then why doesn't it dock when you do the cleaning that you just did?
Because it doesn't climb the stairs. The dock is upstairs.
Okay. Gotcha. It's not smart enough to climb the stairs.
Nope, they don't climb stairs.
They
don't do stairs. So that's exactly why it would have, like you said, it would have went back to the dock. Had I done that spot clean, it would have went back to the dock.
Gotcha.
If it doesn't for whatever reason, then you would press the dock button. But what it'll do too is if the battery dies and it's not done with its cleaning, it'll go back to the dock, charge, and then go back out and continue along. One of the reasons that I wanted to discuss this particular model is it's simple. There's no scheduling, there's no clock, there's nothing to set. You do it all manually by hitting the clean button or the spot button or the dock button. To repeat the error, you press the bar.
So it's 3 buttons essentially that you have to learn and that's it.
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to go do this.
And she sounds quite pleasant. She's understandable. Her TTS isn't outrageously difficult to understand.
No.
So that's always a nice consideration if those of you who are specifically listening to the TTS, something to note what she sounds like.
Exactly. So we are going to take a small break and run a house ad.
We have more goodies, and please do stay tuned. We have a couple of announcements to share after we do another quick demo for you guys. So stay with us.
Would you like to experience high-quality telephone service for your home or business that is inexpensive, intuitive, and accessible? Mystic Access has created audio tutorials for 2 of the leading voice-over internet protocol, or VoIP, services, ViaTalk and VoIPO. VoIP is different because it is accessed through your internet service rather than via a traditional phone line. Chris and Kim both utilize ViaTalk and VoIPO for their home and business phone services and are thrilled with the accessibility of their customer control panels and quality of service. In the ViaTalk and VoIPO audio tutorials, Kim guides you step by step through the service's homepage and then provides a thorough tour of the control panel and feature set. These MP3 tutorials may serve as a great introduction for you if you're researching the accessibility of VoIP services, or if you already have either ViaTalk or VoIPO and wish to familiarize yourself with the home page and control panel of your respective service. At only $5.97 each, these tutorials are a great way to learn more about how you can access these particular VoIP services using your screen reader of choice. For more information or to purchase, please visit our website at www.mysticaccess.com, where the magic is in learning.
And we are back on the theme of the accessible house cleaning gadgets.
There's more!
There's more! I found it used at Amazon for a steal. And this is a Scuba 450. It's actually made by the same company that made the Roomba iRobot. And Scuba is not spelled the normal way. It's spelled S-C-O-O-B-A. So if you're searching for it, that's what it is.
And of course, we'll link to it in the show notes for you.
Sure. This is a mop.
Fanciest mop I've ever heard.
Sure. Again, this mop has 3 buttons. A clean button, a room size button, and an info button. Now, the info button tells you exactly what the error is or what you want it to do. And I'm going to press the info button to see what it says. Okay, it doesn't like the fact that this thing is hanging off my desk. Let me see if I can move it a little bit further away, and hopefully it will give us a different message.
I'm ready to get started. What size room am I
So it said, I'm ready to get started. What size room am I cleaning? And I had to put it on the floor. So if I press the room size button, you'll hear.
I'll clean a small room. I'll clean a large room.
So a small room is 150 square feet, and a large room is 300 square feet. So, and then you hit the clean button, and that will start the mop going through its cycle. It first does a light vacuum to vacuum up any hair or crumbs or whatever you may have. Then it does the mopping, scrubbing with the squeegees and all that. Then it goes back and it dries the floor. So it does a 3-stage cleaning process. And then when it's done, it plays its little happy chime, and you go find it and move on.
Okay, so let me play devil's advocate for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm someone who is pretty thorough about getting my stuff clean, and I'm very anal in terms of where stuff is, and all this stuff. So I'm particularly I don't want to say skeptical, but maybe to a degree I am a little skeptical about stuff like this. Why would I want to give something like this a shot?
A couple of different reasons. You may forget to go into a specific corner, or maybe you don't go over the floor enough times where something like this will pick that up. It also can go places, at least the vacuums can go places. You may forget to go, maybe it'll go into a corner, it'll go along the edge of the baseboards, it can go under china cabinets and beds. These things that we forget to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Or we don't want to do.
Or don't want to do, right. I don't want to go under my bed and vacuum, so we send the Roomba under the bed and it can vacuum. It also can be good for somebody with a physical disability, especially these vacuums that have wireless remote controls. So if you have a physical disability, maybe you can operate the remote control, but you can't push a vacuum. Mm-hmm. So that's one of the reasons why, these things are pretty good too.
And how much is the mop?
The mop is $5.99. I got mine used. Somebody didn't want it. So I thought, well, okay, give it a try. And I must say, I've had sighted people over who have seen what the mop can do, and they're impressed. Mm. It's doing a really, really good job cleaning the floors.
And from what you say about the three things it does in order to clean, it sounds like it's a good adjunct to your other Roomba vacuum to kind of keep everything nice and spick and span.
Sure. The vacuum is going to go all over the house, where the mop obviously isn't going to go places where it can't. Like it's not going to do anything on a rug.
No.
Right. One other neat thing that this particular mop has 2 tanks, or it has a reservoir in the back, and it has a clean water tank and a dirty water tank. You put your cleaning solution, your vinegar, your water, into the clean water tank, and it sprays it on it does its mopping, and when it's drying or sucking up the water, it's sucking up the dirty water. So it's not putting dirty water back on the floor. So,
nice.
Yeah, so I thought that was really nice. I also wanted to mention, I didn't really get into description of this particular mop because I'm planning on creating a comprehensive tutorial on the mop. And some may think, why would you need a comprehensive tutorial? A couple reasons. The first reason is, what if you're not sure you can handle it? Maybe a $10 or $15 investment to listen to the tutorial may be a lot better than a $500 investment that okay, you get it home, you say, okay, I don't know, or I don't know how to use it. You get it home, and you'd have the tutorial to use it. I had to have a sighted person go through the manual with me and figure out, where the clean water goes, where the dirty water goes, how to empty both of those, how to, clean the squeegee and the brushes, how to disassemble all that. So that's kind of my plan for that.
And let's face it, if you're going to spend what'd you say, $5.99
Yes.
on a mop that's going to do all this stuff for you and hopefully convenience you and make your life much easier. What's 15, $12-15 to
Sure.
make an investment in something where someone without vision who can assist you as someone with vision loss or no vision, how to successfully use and navigate with this device?
Yes, exactly. And there's also an accessory, too, for this device that is a drying stand that is actually a charging stand and a drying stand. So that's another thing that you'd have to know how to put together. So that also would be included in said tutorial.
So if you're interested in making sure that you get first dibs on the tutorial, you can email us at info@mysticaccess.com and put something like mop tutorial in the subject line, and you will be on the priority list. So As soon as it's released, you get notified first. We had a lot of success doing that with our stream tutorial, so we want to carry on the tradition.
Exactly. Well, that's it for the mop.
Yes, we have told you all you're going to hear for now about the mop. Like as we said, feel free to get on the priority list for finding out when the tutorial's done. What are you thinking in terms of how long this, when people start getting notifications on this tutorial, Chris?
Probably 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's going to take preparation time. It's going to take, the recording time, of course, because you have to run several cycles in order to build the tutorial because you want to show error messages and things like that as well.
Absolutely. And it is going to be cool because he's going to use, according to what he told me, his binaural mics to do this. So you actually get to hear the mop running around and, in surround sound. So that could be pretty cool.
Exactly. I'm guesstimating that it's not going to be any more than an hour to an hour and a half.
So, $12-15, somewhere around there will probably be close to what the cost will be for it.
Sure.
Give or take a little.
Yep.
But we certainly aren't going to charge a ton for something like this, but we do want to make it available, and we, do want to get a little bit of return for the time that Chris is going to take to put it together. So we want to make sure that you guys have the ability to use a product like this successfully should you choose to invest in it.
Exactly. Now for the next subject.
Yeah, we have more news.
That would be an announce-only mailing list.
Yes, we finally have a mailing list. Took us long enough. Sorry about that. But it is now up and ready for your use and perusal. What's the point of this news list? We're going to put up coupons. First and foremost, the things you guys want is some savings on some stuff that we're already doing. So we'll absolutely make that available for you. We're going to put up exclusive specials and discounts that you'll only find through this particular mailing list. Updates on products, what kind of information that we're about to put out there, what kind of tutorials we're doing, what kind of trainings we're doing. We're not going to bombard you guys with emails once a week max. Pretty sure, unless something really crazy is going on, I'm quite sure that once, maybe twice a week would be the absolute max that you would hear from us. So we aren't going to be blowing up your inbox with information. And we're also going to put out announcements of podcast releases. So when a new podcast comes out, our list will be the first place that actually gets any kind of written notification besides up on the site that says, hey, this podcast is out, it's ready, and we will link to the page and the show notes and the download and MP3 play links so that you can either stream or download and read the show notes and check out the information that we're posting about. So we want to make this available for you guys so that you can be the first to be up to date on what Mystic Access is up to, what we're creating for you, and we obviously want to hear from you. So when we send you out a message and there's something you want to give us feedback on or share with us, you can reply to the message and it will come to us at info@mysticaccess.com. So if you want to get in touch with us, that's an easy peasy way to be able to do so easily for you.
The subscription address, and there will be a link in the show notes if you want to fill out the form, but the subscription address is manews-subscribe@mysticaccess.com. You can put subscribe in the subject if you want to. You don't necessarily have to. But again, the address is manews subscribe at mysticaccess.com.
Yep, MA as in Mystic Access.
Correct.
So it's an easy way to remember the subscription address. It's a mailman list for those of you who are used to interacting with mailman lists. So you'll kind of know what to expect from that. Mm-hmm. And as we said, it is an announce-only list. So easy way to hear from us and be able to interact with us by replying. The messages will go to us. And we guarantee you that if you're part of this list, you will get special goodies that other people won't. So
Exactly.
Feel free to come subscribe. We would love to share our updates and info with you.
We are going to bring this particular episode to a close. And we definitely thank you for listening and sticking with us to the end of the podcast.
Yes. Thanks very much.
Our contact information follows. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
The preceding podcast is a presentation of Mystic Access, where the magic is in learning. To contact us, please visit www.mysticaccess.com. Call us 716-543-3323 and press 2 to reach our Mystic Access podcast comment line. Email us at show@mysticaccesspodcast.com and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/mysticaccess. Would you like to spread the word about our podcasts? Please tell your friends and colleagues to visit us at www.mysticaccesspodcast.com. If you enjoy what you hear on our podcasts, feel free to leave us an iTunes rating and review. We certainly appreciate those. Also, you may feel free to use our podcasts in your own RSS feed. Just be sure that all of our contact information is left intact. Thanks for spreading the word, and thanks for listening. We hope that you have enjoyed this episode.